Hello everyone, this is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today our guest is Max Choriev, who will be fighting in the main event of Shamrock FC 354. Hello Max, how are you?
Good. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Max, you will be facing probably the toughest man that you could face right now. It will be Darian Weeks. So if you can tell me, what do you think about this opponent and how your camp is going right now?
Okay. Every fight I had, they always tell me it's my toughest opponent, and I finish him the first or second round. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not gonna underestimate Darian for sure, but for him, just he has the experience for sure. He has been in the UFC. He has fought good guys, but like, I'm a very skilled fighter. I know my talent. I know my skill. I know what I'm capable of, and I see myself finishing him in second round. I genuinely do see myself finishing him in second round. So like, for him, just because he has experience, it doesn't intimidate me. It doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going in there to go out and handle business. Same thing as I do any other fight. You know what I'm saying? I know what he does. He's pretty basic at what he does. You know what I'm saying? I have better technique than he does. I have better stamina. I'm more explosive than he is. I have better grappling, better striking. I just think I'm a way all around better fighter than he is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm plus younger. You know what I'm saying? He's 30. I'm younger. I'm 26. So like, I'm going in there to push the pace on him. You know what I mean? Like, I know he thinks I'm a smaller fighter. I'm an upcomer fighter. I feel like he's gonna underestimate me. He's gonna try to walk me down, and you know what I'm saying. Then I'm gonna be like, all right, let's go. Let's fucking walk it out. If you want to walk it out, let's fucking bang it out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna go out there, do what I do, basically.
And he, as the pro, was never finished. So I think that it would be a really big statement if you can like finish him by either punches or like submission one.
Yep, I see myself finishing him. So like, it's gonna be the first, and we'll go from there on to the next.
And actually, in your last few fights, that they weren't really close. You destroyed your opponents, and the like level of opposition seems to be like better, but you still like finishing or like dominating them and finishing them. So maybe in like next few months it will be hard to find a good opponent for you.
For sure, because I finished all my opponents. You know what I mean? Like, in a dramatic fashion, and like I've been trying to get a fight since January, and I've been having trouble. Opponents drop out. They say they want to fight, then they end up canceling the fight, injury, or like, it's just a bunch of bullshit they give me. But like, I've been asking for since last year. I've been asking the Shamrock to give me like a UFC vet or a Bellator vet. Like, I'll take one of those guys. Like, I don't mind taking them. Like, if you can give me a fight, I will take those guys. I've been telling them, and they finally gave me what I asked for. So I'm excited for it.
And last year you had four bouts in the year. And for 2024, how many would you like to have?
So last year I had four bouts, but I had 8 camps. So what happened was, I was getting ready for multiple fights. I was always ready. I was always in shape, and I would get the contract signed, but people would not show up. The contracts would get injured or get hurt or don't want to show up. So I ended up fighting 4 times last year, and that I was supposed to fight. My plan was to have 7 to 8 fights last year. You know what I mean? I had 8 camps, but 4 of them fell through, and I ended up fighting 4 times. So, but this year I'm gonna try to just fight. Like, even beginning of the year, I've been trying to fight since January. Like I said, having trouble finding opponents. Like, nobody wants to fight. I told Shamrock I tried to fight for LFA. You know what I mean? I told my coach, I was like, I'll fight for LFA if I have to. Man, still I couldn't find an opponent. So like, Shamrock is the only promotion that found me an opponent. So I'm like, perfect. Let's fucking get it going. So I'm in shape. I'm in shape for sure. Like, this year, I want to end up with like. So I had what? So this is my first fight this year. I want to end up with 3 more fights, ideally, 3 or 4 more fights, like high caliber fights. You know what I mean? Like, then possibly get signed by the UFC.
Yes, being like 7 or 8 and 0, it's like it's hard not to be like in the spectrum watch of the UFC.
Yeah, and especially like my fights, as my pro record shows, I'm 4-0. Like, all my fights have been finishes. So like, I'm planning on making this a finish too. So like, it's just a matter of time till UFC notices me and signs me up.
And how good is your cardio? Because usually we can't see you in the like first round because you are finishing everybody like much earlier. But about cardio, how good is it?
I could go for days. My first round, I put the pace on him. Like I usually put the pace on them, then wear them down a little bit. Then next round, I'm gonna start picking them apart. But sometimes I don't even get the chance to pick them apart because when I do put the pace on, some of those guys can't even handle it. You know what I mean? So like I've been to third round one time in my whole career, like my fight career, which was in my amateur career. I believe it was my fourth fight or fifth fight, and you know what I mean? Like I went to third rounds without an issue. I finished the guy. So like I'm not too worried about cardio. If I have to go fucking 5 rounds, I'll go 5 rounds. Like, but it's the fact that he needs to keep up with me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm planning to do, to put the pace on him.
And about your beginnings, what was the first combat sport that you ever trained?
My first combat training was wrestling. I was born in Uzbekistan, and in Uzbekistan we have this traditional martial art called Krush. It is basically a judo mixture with freestyle wrestling. So it is hip tosses and trips into their back. You got to pin them down. So I did that. That was my first sport. Then I did karate. Then I did Greco wrestling. Then what else did I do? Then as of age of 15, I started doing folk style wrestling. I just started doing boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai. What else? A little bit of judo. I've done judo. So I have a background in a lot of martial arts, and I've been around martial arts my whole life, really. Like my family members from both of my sides of my family, from my mom's and my dad's, they're all like wrestlers, you know. So it's in my genetics to be a fighter, in a sense. Like for hundreds of years, my people have been fighting, you know. So yeah.
So for you, it was like obvious choice to be a fighter, like in MMA.
That was an obvious choice. I mean, I enjoyed it. Like I always debate. I was just good at it. One, I was just good at it, and two, like I just been around it for so long. To me, like, yeah, I just did it for a hobby until like, I think I was about 18 or 19. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a career out of this. Because like anybody I fight, I don't, you know what I mean? Like when I put my mind to something, I'm gonna fucking put my mind to it. So I was like, all right, I'm committed to the sport. I'm gonna be a fighter. And around age of 18, 19, I decided to be a fighter, and I'm 26 now. You know, I've been fighting since.
And of course, you have a great result also as the amateur, because you are not like regular for a no guy, but you also like were like very experienced as the amateur. So I think that it is also a very important thing.
Yep. So I've been building up experience. I've been fighting since I was 16, and I've been building up my a lot of my fights like don't even show up on my record because it was a smaller promotions. You know, they had their own promotion, and like I fought guys before that. So like my record shows like I got 9-10 fights as an Emmy. I had more than that. I had boxing, I had kickboxing, I had wrestling matches, jiu-jitsu match. Like those add up. You know what I mean? Like I have experience. People don't realize I've been at it since I was like 15, 16. I've been competing, you know? So like it's just a matter of time before I get to the UFC and showcase my skills. People realize, oh shit, he's actually legit, you know?
And where are you currently trained? What is like the main gym?
Right now I'm in Murcielago in Lansing, Lansing, Michigan. It's under Coach Joaquin Rodriguez, Coach Joaquin Murcielago, they call him. Yeah, I'm training under him now, so that's good.
There are a few very good names in that gym.
Yeah, we have Khaos Williams, we have Joaquin Buckley, we had Mike Gilmore, Charles Johnson. We got UFC guys in here. You know, I'll be getting good work, and we have some other smaller guys too who are just coming up. Like Jake Scott, he's an upcoming fighter, very talented, fucking powerhouse. Like he's a little guy, but he touches you going out. Like I believe his last fight, he got a nasty leg KO, and I believe he's working to get signed by the UFC too. So, man, I'm excited for Jake.
And how did you get there? Did you have any like previous experience in other like pro MMA gyms, or was it a like first one?
So I originally started MMA around 15 years old at a gym called Finney's MMA. It's in Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri, and when I started it, I did it for like, hobby because I was wrestling and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try boxing, kickboxing, try it out how I like it. And I liked it. I kept doing it. And then like a year or two later, I decided to, I was like, I'm gonna pick up a fight and see how I do. I fought and I really got hooked on it, Then I just started moving. I started advancing very quick. And the gyms I was at, I moved from Finney's to ES MMA. It's in Fenton, Missouri, and it's about 20 minutes from the original gym I started at, and I started training over there. And the guys over there in St. Louis, there's a lot of high caliber fighters, but they're smaller, 155 and below. And for me being at welterweight, I need a bigger bodies. Like, it doesn't matter how much skill you have, but like, you need size to train with, just to build up your body and your ligaments and your body to adjust to that weight, carrying that weight, And I was lacking that. And I've been so Joaquin Buckley, I believe, who did he fight? I used to train with Buck back in the day, and he hit me up for a camp. He's like, hey, I need your grappling. I know you're a very skilled grappler. I need you to help me with this camp. So come down to Michigan for a week. I'll pay for everything. I'll take care of you. Just come down here. And will you help me with this for the camp? I was like, all right, fuck it. Why not? I'm going to go out there. So when I came down here, I got some good work. I got some big bodies in here. I got some good grappling in here. I was like, dude, I'm going to fucking make a move out here. Like, over there in St. Louis, it's good fighters, but small, not enough big bodies over there, So I was like, I'm going to come to Michigan, move out here, and make train out here. And after his camp was over, I came down here and moved and been training here since.
And probably he's a very, very good sparring partner, because he's like top 10 middleweight on the rise. So maybe he soon will be like top 5 or even fighting for the title.
Yeah, Khaos Williams and Joaquin Buckley are one of the hardest punches I've ever felt. I really do. I mean, I can take a hit, but like, I don't want to get taken hit. I don't want to get hit by those guys, because I can feel it. But yeah, their endurance and power is like, makes no sense. It doesn't make sense. How do you get power and endurance at the same time? It doesn't make sense. But like, I enjoy training with those guys. And Joaquin Buckley is gonna fight day after me, so I'm excited to watch this fight.
And of course, he made history in the UFC by the win over Impa Kasanganay, this crazy kick.
Yes, sir. The highlight, the kick, the best kick knockout ever, in my opinion. Flashiest at least. So yeah, it's exciting. Hopefully he does another one, upcoming fight. Who knows? He might. But yeah.
And after this win, when you will this fight, and the other promotion will contact you, like PFL, for longer contract, would you be interested, or you prefer to stay on the regional scene for a little bit longer, just to go to the UFC?
My ideal situation would be UFC, because my end goal is the UFC belt. The UFC belt. Like, I mean, I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the glory. I just do it for the belt. You know what I mean? The being the world champion, the biggest promotion in the world. But I do gotta say, if PFL does pay me well, I'll definitely fight for PFL. But my end of goal, I would like to fight for UFC. Because I know if I get signed by PFL, if they pay me well, I'll definitely get signed by them. But I would like to get the UFC belt one day. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. Like, I would like to get that belt and have it around my waist and show the world that what I'm about and what my people's about,
Yes, but of course this is possible, that UFC will be like your end stop, let's say. But in the meantime, you can won another title, or even $1 million, let's say.
That's what I'm saying. If they pay me well, I'll definitely will be interested in signing with PFL. But ideally, UFC. UFC is the ideal pinnacle of what I want, is the UFC belt.
And in the perfect world, where would you see yourself in 3 years? Where, and with what record in the organization, in the promotion?
In 3 years, I would like to have at least about 4 fights a year, ideally. Depending how much injury I get. But I want to be around 15 to 16 fights, maybe. You know what I'm saying? 15, 16 fights. And in the UFC, I would like to be one of the top 10, if not top 5, for sure, in the UFC. And if not, fighting for a belt. I know I gotta work on some stuff, but I believe I could be in that position within the next 3 to 4 years.
Do you have a style in mind? Because right now you are, let's be honest, crushing your opponents. But do you have style in mind that you think that can make some challenges for you?
Style for me, challenges for me?
Yes.
I say I'm well-rounded. Only thing I do lack is my size. I'm a little smaller, 170. My frame's a little smaller. They call me the betweener, tweener, because I'm in between 2 weights classes. But I will, after this fight, I will try to pack on a little bit of size, get up to at least 205, 200 at least. You know what I'm saying? 200 pounds. Because normally I walk around like 190, 185, 190, be floating between there. But like, I would like to get up to 200 after this fight, because I know like the size does play a big role. No matter how much skill you have, how much talent you have, how fast you are, like just somebody grabs you, like manhandles you. You know what I mean? Like it'll add up. It will get tired a lot quicker than you expect. So that's one thing I'm lacking is my size. I will focus on that after this fight. But right now we're focused on maintain, do what I do. You know.
Do you have a fighter in your head that you would like to face in the next few years? Maybe the fighter who is right now in the UFC, or maybe fighter in the regional scene, but to face him in the UFC.
I don't really focus on too many fighters. I don't really like. I'm not like I like doing fighting, but I don't really focus on like different fighters, what they like. I don't even know there's the prospects. You know, I don't do any research on like prospects. I just focus on the fight I have lined up. I do a research on them, and that's about it. Like, but if I don't know, I don't have a specific person in head. Whoever they give me, I'm willing to fight. You know, that's why I train. That's why I do. I'm well rounded because I play my style strategically what they're not good at, what their bad positions. If they're a bad grappler, I'd be a better striker. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to focus on that, focus on defense, be a better striker, try to KO him, whatever. It's all strategy comes down to it. Like that's why I'm a well-rounded fighter, I say.
So on the Saturday night, you don't really watch like UFC like pay-per-views or fight nights?
Not too much, not really. I usually watch a big cards like I didn't get to watch the UFC 300. I kind of regret not going on watching it because I wish I could have seen that Max Holloway knockout on live TV. But it is what it is. I'm not like too into fighting like that. I enjoy doing it, but I don't like watching it. You know what I mean? Like unless I have like someone that I know, then that's a different story. If I know like Buck was fighting, I'm like, let's go Buck. I get excited about that. But if I don't know the people, like I don't really watch it too much.
So probably you will watch few fight nights right now because there will be Joaquin Buckley and Khaos Williams fighting in like few weeks, I believe.
Fights I will definitely watch because my teammates on there. But like normally I don't. But like since my teammates are on it, I will definitely watch it for sure.
And you have like a lot of experience right now. And like for young people, what would you say is like the biggest benefit of training MMA, of training overall combat sports?
Like young people, as in like people that just started competing, or just like just young people in general that wants to do it.
Overall, like young people.
Okay. I would say more than anything, focus on technique. Technique, focus on technique, and stay committed to the sport. If you're planning to make a living out of it, you gotta focus on technique because it doesn't matter how big. I mean, it matters, but like technique will save you a lot. You know what I mean? It makes you look flashy, it makes you look good. It keeps your endurance up. Technique plays a big role in it, and just be committed to the sport. Just show up the day by day. Just show up what you gotta do. Just do what you gotta do. That's it. Just be committed to the sport. Just show up and focus on technique. I say.
Yes, commitment probably is the most important thing because even if you like don't want to go to the training, you will still gain some knowledge. But you have to show up.
Yep, just show up. Even if you don't, if you're injured, like for example, you're injured, you can't do anything. Just go out there and watch because like the fighters, the coaches be talking about it. And they be showing things. You can pick up on things. You're subconsciously absorbing all this information, and like when you go in a competition, you will just do it without even thinking about it because your mind is on autopilot. You know what I mean? So just build up that repetitions. That's what I said. Build up them repetitions because when it gets down to it, you don't think about it. You just do it in autopilot. At least for me, that's how it was. I've been training since 15, almost like every day. I train about 6 to 7 days a week. So like your body, you just do it. It becomes a hobby. You don't think about it. It just becomes a habit. So that's the thing. I said just stay disciplined to the sport and stay committed and focus on technique. I mean, if you have good technique, it'll save you a lot of energy. So yes, sir.
We are a few days away from your fight, and do you feel like any stress or like nerves because of the like knowledge that you will be fighting in the cage soon?
Not really. Honestly, no. I don't really, because at the end of the day, like I still got like I don't like to overthink shit. I don't like to overthink shit. Like I go in there, I still gotta fight him. I still gotta step in the cage, I still gotta make the weight, step in the cage, and fight. You know, I'm gonna give my best, and if you know what I mean, like that's about it. I mean, that's all I can really do at this point. You know what I mean? I'm putting the work every day. I come to training, I run, I lift, like I do technique, like I put the work in. At this point, there's no point of stressing. It's like pointless, really. So I go out there and do what I do. Like right at this point moment, I'm just enjoying the moment because this will come and go, and when it goes, you're gonna miss it. So enjoy it while you're living. You know. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes, that's true. Sometimes it is like you are thinking about something what was like tough like 1 year ago, and you are thinking about it with some good positive emotions.
yes, sir. I've been trying to get a fight since January. You know what I mean? I've been like harping my coach, like, coach, you gotta give me a fight. I've been messaging Shamrock. I gotta you guys gotta give me a fight. Now I finally got what I want. Why would I be nervous about it? I'm excited. You know, I'm happy. So I'm looking forward to it.
And after the fight, how usually like you spend your time? Do you have like any like passions or hobbies outside of MMA?
I mean, I don't have a passion or hobbies. I mean, I like for me what I like more than anything outside the fighting is spending quality time with my family, my friends. I enjoy hanging out with my friends and my family. That's one thing I look forward to, especially me going back to St. Louis, where my family is from, Missouri, and I haven't seen him since like New Year's. That was the last time I saw him. You know, so like I'm excited. Like I'm a fight. I'm gonna get my hand raised, then go get some food with my family. You know, go celebrate. Just then go home, shower, and hit the bed, and probably go hang out with my family the next day. Go to a park or something. Play. You know, games and stuff like that. I enjoy quality time with my family. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. I really am.
That's definitely a long period of time.
Yep. Yep. But I enjoy it. So after the fight, I'm looking forward to that.
And if you were not a MMA or like MMA fighter or like either combat sport athlete, who would you think you would be?
If I wasn't fighting, I would either be in military or I would be a businessman. I really, I I think I would more likely be in the military. Because like for me, that's like military just makes sense for me. Like I feel comfortable with the military. I would definitely be in the military. I would think I'm most likely, but if that didn't work out, if I decided not to go to the military, I would be a businessman. So, you know.
And do you have like business ideas after you will be done with fighting? Do you have like something in mind that maybe it would be worth to like spend money on or like put some energy?
I right now, as of right now, I do have a business. I have a trucking company with my brother, and we have about 4 trucks. I mean, I have a business because I need to make a living. Like fighting, it doesn't pay you enough. You know what I mean, from fighting. So I have a business with my brother, and I run that, and he helps me out with it, and that's what I do right now. So after I get done fighting, though, I would like to open up a gym eventually. Have my own gym, like have a set of fighters, and like put them on a payroll and let them, make them world champions. I would like to.
But also you would like to be also a coach, right? To like train and like coach
Yeah,
them.
I would like to coach him. But right now I don't want to coach anybody. Especially like, what I mean, me, I like to focus on myself. Like if you're a coach and a fighter, you can't do both. And in my opinion, you can't have your feet on this side and this side of the line. You either have to be committed to being a fighter, or you have to be committed to a sport as a coach. If you're not committed to being a fighter, you're not gonna go far. If you're not committed to be a coach, your students not gonna go far. You know what I mean? So you either have to be committed to one or the other. So you can't do both.
So maybe Max Choriev, UFC champion, and after this creating UFC champions.
Oh yeah, once I get that UFC belt, it's gonna be easier to open up the gym with my name, and like where I'm from Uzbekistan, Central Asia, and we have some mean fighters. People don't realize we like Central Asia is very, very it's a talented area. People don't realize it yet. But like who's Joaquin's fighting? He's from Uzbekistan, where I'm from, and you seen his fight? He has over 50 fights. Over 50 fights. Like we people don't realize we got some dogs in Uzbekistan, Central Asia in general. Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan. We got some dogs. Like Kazakhstan, like we got some mean fighters. People don't realize, and we're starting to come up to the spotlight now. Like Shavkat, Nur Sultan, Baghdad. All these guys are coming up. Like, and I'm coming up too. You know, like people don't realize it's our people been like just been fighting to survive, and now we finally get paid for what we do. So it's a blessing.
Yes, that's kind of crazy that there are like many people from the region that like UFC caliber of fighters, but not many people know about them. And maybe in like 4 or 5 years, it will be like in a top 10, in every like weight class, it will be a fighter from the region.
Yep, I think so too. Like how Brazilians, there's quite a bit of Brazilians in the UFC roster. I think that's the same thing is going to be in Central Asia. Like there will be quite a bit people from Central Asia that will be in the roster. Right now, there's not a lot because they just starting to penetrate the market over there. But like somebody from there becomes a UFC champion, oh, you have no idea. It's gonna blow up. They're gonna start popping out Central Asian fighters to the show left and right. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time.
I have one last question. If you can live in any country in the world, but in your case outside of US and Uzbekistan, in what country would you like to live?
I would say Thailand or Singapore, somewhere that warm, somewhere nice. People are nice, friendly, and like you just relax. You live. I would like more than anything. Like if my family's there, I don't mind living anywhere. But like ideally, if the country I would pick is Thailand or I'd say Thailand for sure. Thailand.
Yes, even
or Indonesia. Yep, Indonesia is good too. So yeah, any of those warm countries.
And Thailand, as far as the MMA is like except probably US, the best area, the point that you can go to.
Yeah, exactly. So it's win-win.
Okay, Max. So many thanks for the conversation. To be honest, I'm really excited about this fight because in your previous fights you were like destroying everybody, and I hope that it will be a little bit tougher. But in the end, I think that in a few wins, your place should be in the UFC, maybe like either late this year or maybe another one.
Yep. For sure, this fight will show the UFC and show everybody really that I belong. That level of a fighter that I belong in those big level fighters. With those guys. So yeah, I'm excited for this fight. I really am. It's gonna show for sure.